Okay, we're going to go through the process of how a bill becomes a law. This one happens to be the one on your ICANN statements. So put the following in order of by numbering 1 through 10, the process a bill must go through to become a law. We are going to assume that this bill was introduced in the Senate. So what I have done is I have color-coded. You can make different kind of notations, put a circle around it, put a square around it, just so that you can differentiate between the different steps. So since this originated in the Senate, I went through and looked at every single thing that dealt with the Senate, except we can't do the override because that's after the president vetoes. So everything that originates before this bill goes to the president, I've put them in a different color. So we've got the bill debated before the full Senate, bill introduced by a member of the Senate, bill referred to the appropriate standing committee. So obviously the very first thing we have to do is it has to be introduced in the Senate. Once it's introduced, the presiding officer is going to send it to appropriate standing committee. Once again, most of the work is done in these standing committees and standing subcommittees, and this is typically where most bills die. This one doesn't die. It's voted on by the standing committee, and then it's sent to the full Senate where they will discuss it. They'll debate it, and then they will vote on it. Once they have voted, and in this case it has been voted to approve this particular bill, then it's going to go to the House of Representatives. And so I highlighted those in the blue here. So 3 different things. A bill is referred to the appropriate standing committee in the House, bill debated before the full House of Representatives, and this bill is sent to the Rules Committee. So once again, I'm not putting every single step, but of these 3 steps, the first thing we have to do is we're going to send this bill to its appropriate standing committee. They're going to discuss it, they're going to debate it, they're going to edit it, they're going to mark it up, and then when that's done, they're going to send it to the full House if they vote in favor of it. Obviously, this one has. Well, actually, let me backtrack that real quick. Before it goes to the House of Representatives, it has to go to a Rules Committee in the House of Representatives. This is the one step that's different in the House and the Senate. Once again, the Senate has 100 members, the House has 435 members. Because there are so many members in the House of Representatives, we have to limit debate. And so this Rules Committee is where they attach how long it's going to be debate. They put it on the calendar. Can it be amended? Does it have to stay in its form that it was given to them? So the Rules Committee attaches all of that, and then it goes to the full House of Representatives. So in this instance, we have a bill that made it all the way through the Senate. It has made it all the way through the House. The odds of this bill, these 2 bills being identical, are pretty rare. And so then what we do is we send it to a conference committee. And so this conference committee has members from both this standing committee and this standing committee, and what they do is they work to iron out all the differences between the bills so that we can have one bill that we can send to the Senate, or send to the president. So in this case, they voted on it and passed it. The House and the Senate have both passed it, and so then it goes to the President of the United States. And in this case, he vetoes this bill. He does not like it. So if a president vetoes it, there is a check on this veto, and that is to send it back to the members of Congress, both the House and the Senate, for them to override. And you'll notice it takes 2/3 of both the House and the Senate. Since this bill originated in the Senate, it has to go back to that. And if they can reach that 2/3 override, then it will go to the House of Representatives. And if they, 2/3 of the House members, decide that they think that we should override the president's veto, then this bill becomes a law without the president signing it, but with their veto.